For 95% of human existence, there is no evidence anyone ever said a single word. No transcripts, no recordings, not even a whisper preserved in stone. Language leaves no fossils, bones survive, tools survive, words vanish the second they're spoken. So how do you study something that disappears the instant it happens? You look at what's left behind. The body, the brain, the bones that shape the sound start with the throat. In most mammals, the voice box sits high, near the base of the skull. In humans, it sits low, dropped down the neck, creating a long, open chamber above it. That chamber is why you can make dozens of distinct vowel sounds. Most animals can't. But this design has a cost. A lowered larynx means humans can choke on food in a way almost no other species can. Evolution rarely trades away safety for nothing. So what did we get in return? The ability to shape air into meaning. Researchers estimate this anatomical shift unfolded gradually over hundreds of thousands of years, which raises the question, did the body evolve first? Or did the need come first? Now go deeper, into the genes themselves. In 2001, scientists studying a British family with severe speech and language disorders found something strange. Every affected member carried a mutation in a single gene, FOXP2. This gene doesn't build language directly. It helps wire the neural circuits that make fine motor control possible, control over the tongue, the lips, the rapid, precise muscle movements speech requires. Chimpanzees have a version of FOXP2 too, but the human version differs by just 2 amino acids, 2 changes, out of the entire genetic code that may have helped make speech physically possible. Neanderthals, it turns out, carried the same human version of this gene, which means the capacity for language may not be uniquely ours. Did they actually speak? That's where the trail gets harder to follow. In 1983, archaeologists in Israel uncovered a Neanderthal hyoid bone at Kebara Cave. The hyoid is a small, delicate bone that anchors muscles used in speech and swallowing. This one was almost identical in shape to a modern human hyoid, but a bone that could support speech isn't proof that speech happened. Anatomy tells you what was possible. It can't tell you what anyone actually said. So researchers turn to behavior instead, to evidence of complex, coordinated thought. Around 100,000 years ago at Blombos Cave in South Africa, someone engraved deliberate geometric patterns into a piece of ochre, not decoration by accident, a repeated intentional design. Symbolic thinking like this is often used as an indirect signature of language because symbols require shared meaning, and shared meaning requires a way to transmit it. Why carve a pattern at all unless someone else was meant to understand it? Around the same period, humans in Africa began transporting shells and pigments over long distances. Trade like that requires planning, negotiation, concepts like ownership and exchange. Try coordinating that without words. It's difficult to imagine how. So most researchers now place the emergence of complex language somewhere between 100,000 and 200,000 years ago. Not a sudden invention, a slow accumulation piece by piece. The body adjusting, the brain rewiring, the behavior growing more intricate with each generation. But here's the strange part. You've already lived through a version of this yourself. Every human infant is born without language and constructs one from scratch in a matter of years. Linguist Noam Chomsky argued children aren't just imitating what they hear, they're extracting rules. Grammar, structure they were never explicitly taught. A 2-year-old will say, "I go to the store," applying a rule to a word that breaks it. No one taught that mistake. The child invented it by pattern matching a rule too well. Some researchers believe this points to something deeper, a built-in capacity for language itself. If that's true, then every child is quietly replaying the deepest event in human history. Not learning language the way you'd learn a fact. Rebuilding from nothing, the exact achievement that took our species hundreds of thousands of years to reach. So when a toddler babbles nonsense syllables in a crib, they aren't just playing. They're standing at the edge of the same threshold every human ancestor once had to cross. The vocal cords dropping into place, the genes aligning. The first sound that meant something to someone else. Language didn't arrive all at once, in one dramatic moment. Spoken aloud in a cave, it arrived the way most of what makes us human arrives. Slowly, physically. One small accumulated change at a time, which means every conversation you have today is not just communication.